Alright, so here is phase 2 of the Toyota Chinook 4x4 RV conversion. I've been calling it the Baja Warlord because it's like the Warlord Hilux, but it's a camper Baja rig adventure truck. Anyways, so phase 1 I already walked through all the parts list and what the plan was. Now we're deep into making it a full roller. It's sitting on axles, on suspension. Of course, there's still a million loose ends and also a million small adjustments. So let's walk through. I'll show you what I got going on. Alright, so now we'll show you what we got going on. Phase 2 complete. Sitting on its own weight. Still got a lot to go with we're going to go a couple inch taller shackle in the back with airbags. That'll transfer a little bit of weight forward and bring this thing down a little. Then we're also just running shorter shackles in the front right now. I just have the mock-up full-length ones. And then I might end up peeling a leaf off. And that shorter shackle will also keep our driveline happy, keep us right in spec for driveline in for alignment. So it's sitting with full weight on it. I bounced it around. It's got some. It's gonna flex for sure. Here's the steering box. I spit shined and painted Land Cruiser FJ steering box. The reverse pitman I talked about before. I got that Slee off-road big boy tie rod. But use the FJ80 tie rod ends that come with the IFS eliminator kit. I also ended up using the front U-bolts for the IFS eliminator. They send you square with one side and round with the other. That worked out killer. Got these custom perches cut just right and fitted. The height looks right. Used a little plate they send you to level it, and it worked out great because it's just like the mini truck axle. It's a little taller on one side than the other because of the housing shape. I also welded a little round bar in here so these U-bolts don't try and walk up this angle here. So this stops them so they stay nice and straight and nothing tries to side load. And then what else we got? The fully fabricated front. You know, I had to stretch the wheelbase. I moved the axle out probably 4 inches from center line, maybe 3.5, by building this entire hanger out front of the stock cross member. I even plated in the little holes, the factory holes that are in the front cross member. I put some parts in the some pictures of the parts I made to plate that in. So, and then I welded this thing fully before I put this big 2-inch by 2-inch thick wall, it's a quarter wall. And this, not only is it real strong, but the radius makes it so you don't have to grind the welds underneath it. It makes room for the weld to occupy the same space with this big radius back behind here. Made some little end plates, trying to keep it just clean and simple. Got this whole thing stitched, front, rear, top, bottom, inside, outside. I'm real happy with that. It'll make it real easy to add a winch plate and a little Baja hoop or something later. And then to tie it all in completely, you can see I did underside plates with underside gussets, with tying the center cross member to the new cross member with some flat strap. Stitched all that in. Stitched up the entire frame rails, every inch, with diamond plate and then diamond cutouts, and then diamond towers for the plate towers for the shackle hangers. I'm gonna re-drill these and cut and radius them to make shorty shackles. So all this stuff is, I'm real happy with where the axle's sitting, the pinion angle. Obviously going to bring it down a little, but I'm real happy with how it's coming out. So then in the back we got, man, still a lot to do though. All the loose ends are going to eat me alive. Back we got this big chunky 9.5. Has a pretty happy pinion angle. Got everything centered left to right. Got the perches welded on. Got these freaking chingas welded to the frame real good. Going with the tall shackles I already talked about. We're going to go a couple inches over what that is. I got the axle pretty centered, so I should be able to use the upper factory shock mounts and just weld on lower aftermarket mounts that come with the Trail Gear Eliminator kit. So I've been able to use most of the Trail Gear stuff, even for that comes with the kit. Even with the drag link, I'm taking one of these long high steer to make the drag link. I'm taking the long tie rod from the high steer kit, putting the FJ rod in one end, the heam joint in the other. Oh, my finger, stupid finger. Heam joint in the other. I'm just gonna trim it maybe an inch and weld the heam joint bung in. So I'm actually going to use that, and it's already powder coated, so I'll just touch up the one end that I do the cutting and welding on. And so with this thing leveled out a little, lifted in the back, slammed in the front just a little, get the brake lines in, transmission, four-wheel drive W56 is what we're running. That'll be on the final chapter I'll run through, and then we will flex test this thing. Put it in 4x. I'll probably, RTI ramp it with the tractor or something and hoist the tire and see what she does. I should have a real happy drive line with this high pinion, and then the axle moved forward. It should be a standard spline. I think will hold together just fine because it'll be pretty long at a fairly happy angle. And we're going to put bump stops in and strap everything where it's supposed to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if a stock spline, if we're just shortening a rear shaft or using a Land Cruiser, a long Land Cruiser front or something, would bolt right in there and be fine with stock spline length. So we'll see though. We're all guessing now. I'm just winging it. But it came out awesome so far. Can't wait for phase 3 for all the loose ends and test drive it. And that's going to be the exciting part. Hope you like it. Thanks for checking it out. And hello, Mason George. I think you're the only person that watches my channel. So check out Mason George Motorcycles if you have a minute. He's a homie. All right, thanks.